Hi, my name is Dylan Fritz, here with Deb Richardson Moore. I'm just going to ask you a few questions about Triune Mercy Center.
All right, shoot.
Let's see. Number one, what does Triune Mercy Center do?
Okay, Triune Mercy Center is a church, and that's the main thing. Everything we do grows out of the church, and we minister to and alongside homeless people.
How was Triune Mercy started, and who was it started by?
Ooh, I don't even know that. It's an old Methodist church, so it started in 1900 as a Methodist church. But the Mercy Center part started in 1989 by the pastor because they were in decline. A lot of people were leaving the church. A lot of drug dealers had moved in, and prostitutes, and just a lot of bad things were going on in this neighborhood. And he looked around and he said, well, let's open a soup kitchen to at least help these people in this neighborhood. And so he did that in 1989. And the smartest thing he did was he went out to other churches and invited them to come in and help serve those meals. So at that time, you got a lot of other churches interested in what was happening. And so what started as a soup kitchen has now just grown into a lot more.
Wow. What is your role? What is your role in Triune Mercy Center?
Okay, well, I'm the pastor, so that means I preach every Sunday morning at the church, and I'm also executive director of the Mercy Center piece, so which means I'm sort of over all that we do here, which is drug rehab and employment. We have medical services, mental health, bike repair, the meals, the clothes closets. So it's sort of a dual job, you know, pastor of the church, but executive director here.
Okay. What kinds of activities do you have?
Ooh, boy, that's a lot. We serve 4 hot meals a week. We give out groceries to poor families. We have clothes closets for adults and children. We have a laundry to wash clothes if people are living on the streets. We have a mental health worker who helps people. There are a lot of mentally ill people who are homeless, living on the street. She helps them, like she'll help move somebody from a tent in the woods into a house. She can do lots of different things. We have bike repair. We have a woman who helps get people jobs. One of our biggest things is getting people off of drugs and alcohol. We do a whole lot with that. And then we have a nurse and a social worker from St. Francis Hospital. So they help sick people or injured people who come in here.
Okay. Wow, that is a lot. Do you have any organizations that you help?
Well, we partner, and that may be what you mean. We're in something called the Upstate Homeless Coalition, and so we're working side by side with the Salvation Army, the Rescue Mission, United Ministries, SHARE, the Greenville County School District, the Upstate Veterans, homeless veterans, GAIN, just about all the people in town who are working with poor people. We're working with them. And that helps because that way you're not all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You're, okay, we'll do this, but you guys do this. We're partners.
Okay. I have a book here that you wrote. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes! Yeah, when I first got here, I had a really hard time because I had never dealt with drug dealers and drug addicts and alcoholics and people who lied to me and scammed and cheated and stole things from the church. And this is the story of how I made it through my first 3 years here. And so, it's just talking real, sort of honestly about what a hard time I had. And I was sort of a fish out of water. I didn't know these people lived in our city like this. They're kind of an invisible population, and I was having a hard time loving them, and I felt I'd been called to love them. And so the book talks about just how finally, after just staying and putting one foot in front of the other and just coming back and coming back and coming back, that I began to love them, and they began to act better and to treat this as their church.
That's really cool.
You'll have to read it when you get older.
Yeah. How can adult volunteers help?
We have a lot of volunteers. We have 60 partner churches, and a lot of them come in and serve the hot meals, so that's one way. Another way is we have a lot of people coming in, like today when we were giving out groceries and clothes and bike repairing, all that. We had about probably 40 volunteers in here helping us with that, because that just takes a lot of organizing.
Yeah.
So they can, work in the clothes closet and the food pantry. We always need volunteers in the computer room to help people apply for jobs on computers and learn computers. And a lot of times we just tell people if they want to volunteer, we just suggest, come on to church with us on Sunday morning and then come to lunch and just look around and meet people and decide that way what instead of just jumping in and working. Just come get to know us first.
Okay. How can kids around my age help?
Only if a parent comes with you. Yeah, we don't take anybody under 18 without a parent. But yeah, a lot of times when the churches come and cook a meal, the children can't be in the kitchen, but they'll be outside helping their parents serve the tea. So yeah, we have kids are in here a good bit.
Okay. Hear that? What is your favorite part of your job?
Oh, Dylan, what a good question. I think my favorite part of the job is the worship services on Sunday morning. We've just hired a music director who's in my son's rock and roll band. And so that's been a lot of fun. We do rock, we do gospel, we do church music. So I'm trying to get him now to get a banjo player and do some bluegrass. So we just do everything. So that worship service is a lot of fun. So that and just talking to people like you in my office. Those are my favorite things.
Okay. Can I have a tour?
Yes. Are you going to take that around to try to get shots to remind him as he go?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Great idea. Thanks.